The UNESCO Middle Rhine Valley, one of the great, most fascinating landscapes in Europe. A long history since the Romans. Wine growing and many historic documents and buildings are characterizing this area.
We have reported in YouTube about many historical highlights and places in the UNESCO Middle Rhine Valley in Germany, and historical important and fascinating landscape in Europe. Now we will visit two historical loading crines located in the former old ports at the Rhine. Always today the Rhine is one of the most visited rivers in Europe. We focus to the wine towns Bingen and Österreich-Winkel in the pretty Rhine Valley.
Both cranes in these villages are dated to the 15th century. Bingen is the town of the Holy Hildegard of Bingen. We have produced several films of the fascinating life of this famous middle-aged person. Now, here's some impressions of the riverside of this town. At the opposite riverside, the ruin Ehrenfels Castle. The Niederwald Mountains with the Germania monument on the top and the famous vineyards. The former crane is dated about the middle of 15th century. The Alte Binger Rheinkran we see today is a wooden crane for treading and was built about 1787 with a cupola in the Baroque style. The crane, like the crane in Österreich-Winkel,
the crane is driven by pure manpower.
Two big impellers were inside. The crane is placed beside the stony customs building in the former port. Today, the crane transporting and loading wine barrels can be seen in action for demonstration. Österreich-Winkel at the opposite riverside in the Rheingau represents, like Bingen, also a famous village of wine. The transport and shipment of foods, wine and other materials were dated here since the 15th century. At this place, first a crane on a pontoon, like a swimming crane, was dated in the 16th century. Nora van Veen demonstrates us the situation of today.
The historic crane at Österreich-Winkel, a pretty village of wine.
The Baroque-style wooden crane seen today was built 1744. The crane used the same technique as is applicated in the Bingen crane. On the door, the history of the crane is documented. This type of crane is called in the German language ein landgestützter Turmtretkran. The Rhine, the most busied river in Europe. The place of loading barrels and other materials. An impressive reconstruction and presentation. Now, some impressions of the riverside of the pretty wine village Österreich-Winkel. Another historical but stony crane for treading is located in Andernach, also an historical town located down the Rhine River.